So, would you like to hit like Carlos Alcaraz? Yeah, I do too, but there's definitely no way for me to do that. But at least I do know what racket he plays with. So stay tuned for the review of the Babolat Pure Aero VS. So I tried this racket, namely because I was just impressed with Alcaraz and his results this year. I think he's like 17-2, two titles, just been playing really good tennis. So this is a Babolat Pure Aero VS. So specs are 305 grams unstrung, 321 swing weight. I really like this 16-20 string pattern. And to me, it seems like a child between the Babolat Pure Strike 98 and the Babolat Pure Aero, and that it gives you the aerodynamics of the Pure Aero, but a little bit more control than the Pure Aero, so more along the lines of the Pure Strike. They said they've included, let me see, they've included technology, a dampening material at 3 and 9 to give it a slightly softer ride, and I do appreciate that, and I do feel that it's slightly softer than the Aero, but I wouldn't necessarily say this is a comfortable racket. So my thoughts on it. Initial thoughts are the backhand just feels absolutely great. It's one where the grip shape is perfect, and you just feel like you could be aggressive on the two-hander. Let me specify the two-hander. For the one-hander, I haven't hit a one-hander in a while, so I can't comment on that. Forehand was one that surprised me in that, like, I thought naturally it would just give me heavy spin, but it gave you spin, but it was also easy to flatten out the ball. And in general, like starting out with this racket, I really struggled with the timing. I felt like the racket was moving quite quickly, so I almost had to kind of wait for it, similar to that song in Hamilton by Leslie Odom Jr. So just wait for the ball. So that was a little weird, and I think that caused me to be out in front a bit, and then sort of to miss my timing. And the other thing that was weird was that I got this as a demo, and I got it with stiff poly in the mains and synthetic gun in the cross, all at high tension. And I normally do a softer poly full bed at a lower tension, so this felt didn't feel natural, and I felt like a lot of the balls that I was hitting were either going out just slightly or I was undercooking them, so they're hitting the net. So yeah, and the racket just felt fast. Serves were a dream. I absolutely love serves, and it took me a little bit of time to dial in. I think once I switched the strings, it should be a lot better. But great power, great spin. I could slice really well as well as kick. Now, the part that's really surprised me were volleys. I thought that this was excellent at volleys, so excellent at the aggressive push or aggressive like punch volleys. But the part that surprised me was that it had great touch too as well. So whenever I was out of position or had to do like a reflex volley, I could sort of drop the ball where I wanted. So yeah, after the first hit with this, I thought it was just average. I think I thought it had like good potential, but I wasn't wowed by it. But I added 2 grams at 12 o'clock, 2 grams of lead tape, and boy, the racket really came to life after that. My forehands and backhands were really spot on. I was hitting with lots of depth and spin. I wasn't running into the problem I had before where my forehand was flattening out. I was really just putting a lot of work on it. And so this is really key for me in that, like, sometimes when you're demoing, you're sort of going in between, do you optimize for a forehand or a backhand or another type of stroke, and with this, I thought it was just perfect all throughout. Serves were good once they added the weight. They were good before the weight as well. Volleys, I thought volleys were a bit better at stock, but I think I could, I'm a good enough volleyer where I could adjust with the weight as well. So overall, definitely recommend this. It's one where if you're suffering from elbow issues or shoulder problems, I'd say probably steer clear. But if you're looking for a racket that's a bit more comfortable and controllable than the Pure Aero, this is the one they should check out. Especially if you have a two-handed backhand. Like this is, I feel like this is the stroke that really shunned the most with this racket. So again, enjoy your tennis, play smart, and see results. This is Andy from Tennis with Andy.